Should we intro it? Should we start it up?
Let's do it.
Let's start it up. All right, guys, what is going on? Welcome back. We are in our new home, our new
studio.
Podcast studio. Same location, same great people, same great voices, but me and Bronte are back. This studio has been it's been a lot of sweat.
Yeah, I've had to do a lot of Cooper's laundry this past week because everything has just been soaked.
Yes.
It's crazy.
So I'm poor planning for sure because I decided to start building a new podcast studio on Monday.
Yeah.
And I had nothing lined up to post, no previous podcasts filmed, nothing. But it was hot in here and I was like, I need an insulated room with air conditioning that I can come film in whenever because the old room was starting to get a little hot. Summer was coming. And Florida is pretty unforgiving this time of year.
If you're watching on video, I don't know. They might be able to tell, but it's really just the backdrop that looks different now.
Same table, same lighting,
table,
same microphones, same curtains. All that stuff is the same. It's actually the same wall.
And he's still working on this whole thing. If you could see, there's just, what would you call this? Like hexagon
sound deadening
things in like black, gray, and white. If you can't see, I'm trying to explain. And then on here, you're going to add a TV, maybe a Bogetti studio sign, and some shelving to put all those little trinkets that you guys have seen.
Yeah, so there's going to be some cool
It's not finished, but it's looking really good.
Definitely not finished. Far from finished.
And the best thing about it is it stays cool in here now.
Yeah.
That was going to be a problem for this summer in Florida. Like today, it's 87 right now, but I saw it was like 92 at one point today. Like
yeah, it used to get pretty hot. And really I have a whole build video that will be coming out on my main channel if you guys want to see old Cooper the Builder out here working away.
Yep. You had a buddy help you too.
Just for the ceiling.
Yeah.
So Joe came and helped me for the ceiling. That was cool. And then the rest was just on me. Framing, insulation, drywall, all that terrible things.
Cooper went back and forth on a lot of ideas, like what to do with summer coming around, because it was like stressing him out that he couldn't really film in here because it'd be too hot. And finally, you were just like, I need to like start from scratch and do it the right way for something that's permanent. And this is like permanent now and it's perfect.
If you're watching, you can see there's an AC right behind me. And then I also have one outside that plumbs in. So this one is bigger, can cool it down real quick. And then the one outside can cool it down constantly. But that's all.
I wish we had that right now.
Yeah, it's not turned on yet. It is still a work in progress. Everything behind the camera is rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the shelves I'm going to put up this week are going to be really sick too. I got some cool plans for that. And then a TV because I want to play some Nintendo 64 with my friends.
I always imagine when we do episodes together, it'd be so funny to pull up like funny TikToks or videos to like get Cooper's reaction to because you're not on TikTok as much as I am. Like that would be really funny. Let us know if you want us to do a podcast episode like that.
Yeah, for the visual stuff, maybe we can have like a quick segment where it's like, okay, now you can watch.
Yeah.
Do like a quick little video segment and then back to audio.
We can also describe it for people who like just listen what the video is, you know?
Yeah, I am pretty descriptive. I can really try out my. I always imagine like sports announcers. They have to announce like the most difficult thing.
And you have to like keep the conversation going. So adding so many words into like a sentence to like take up time sort of thing, right?
Yeah. Exactly. The sports announcing is
I mean,
you
love talking, so you could add a lot of words in there.
That's true. That's life hack. Get some dogs and you won't be crazy because you talk to them.
You know what I was just thinking when I went inside? I was like, can I bring Jess out here?
No, she doesn't need to. Maybe if she had a bed or something.
I know, we should put a little bed out here.
A little
they
dog
can hang
bed.
with us.
Maybe I
need
hang
her.
out.
She's my emotional support dog. Why are you laughing?
This is funny. Emotional support dogs are funny. Because she needs emotional support as well.
Yeah, I mean,
she is more needy than you are.
She's definitely more needy. But I feel like sometimes I emotionally need her more than
she needs like an emotional support dog.
Yeah.
As a dog. Maybe like something smaller like a cat.
Yeah.
Like she can have a support cat.
Yeah, we should get her one.
Like it goes down and then the cat could have a support chicken.
Just the tears of
yeah. And
the yard seems so quiet right now too. The chickens are being weird when I just walked out there.
Yeah, they haven't been laying very much. way down on our egg count.
We had to freaking buy eggs this week.
Yeah, I'm pretty frustrated by that. Our chickens are really slacking.
Well, and a lot of the time they lay in their little coop, but there has been times where they've laid just like in random parts of the yard and Cooper finds the eggs, but recently we haven't found any, right?
No, I haven't found any. I've been hunting around. Yeah. I'm looking everywhere. I even follow them sometimes. I watch them, see if they're like going somewhere. I'm like hiding in a bush.
Yeah.
See if they like go into a spot I haven't seen yet behind like a hood or something.
So what if they went like over the fence?
I thought about that. I looked around over there too. That's why I've been watching them.
Yeah.
Been creeping.
Yeah. Spying on them.
I know. I need
looking out the windows with binoculars.
Like a camera on them, like a trail cam.
Yeah. Just put cameras all over the yard.
Or like an animal is taking them, like a squirrel or something. But I haven't seen any like remnants of one or anything.
We've had some bunnies in the yard. Would they get them?
Yeah, I don't think bunnies would eat eggs.
Yeah, I don't know.
That doesn't seem like the bunny's MO.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the yard, should we also say that blue jay story?
Oh, yeah. We never told you guys what happened with the blue jay. I saved a blue jay's life, potentially.
A baby blue jay.
Maybe. I mean, it could be gone by now.
Yeah.
So I was working in the yard, and all of a sudden, this crow was like grabbed a blue jay out of this nest, tossed it onto the roof of my shop, and then right on the roof of my shop, grabbed it again and like flew towards me and tossed it 5 feet away from me on top of the trailer.
Something at it.
Yeah. I saw it fly by and I threw a wrench at it.
Yeah, and it dropped the bird.
And it dropped the bird 5 feet from me.
That's crazy. Cooper called me. He was like, "Come outside." I was like, "What's going on?" And he has this little baby blue jay in his hand. It was so cute.
This was 7 a.m. before I even had my coffee.
Yeah. You were fixing my mom's tire.
I was fixing her tire, putting a patch in it, and then I got into a blue jay altercation.
You saved a blue jay in between. But then we put the blue jay, the parents actually, there was 2 mama and dada blue jays, I guess, kept flying around like looking for the blue jay. So we were trying to put the baby in like a spot that they could get to it, but like they would fly near it and just look at it and then fly away. Like I don't know if they just couldn't grab it or whatnot, but we ended up putting it in like a little bucket up high, hoping that the parents would get it. And then the next day I went out there and it was gone, so I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah, and I left for Indy right after that, basically, right? That was...
Yeah, you left that next morning.
Yeah.
Or that next day, whatever.
There was not much I could have done, and I had to load up all day, so I did kind of keep an eye on it, and this was all before I even had a cup of coffee. Like, I was in a freaking blue jay altercation first thing in the morning.
I know.
Not trying to deal with that.
Yeah, and some people were telling me, like, you can call, like, wildlife preserve or something to come take it. But it was literally the next morning and it was gone. So I was like, oh, shoot.
Yeah. I know some people say, too, like, oh, once you touch it, the parents don't want it back. I was like, well, what do you want me to do? Not touch it? Just let it die?
I don't know what we should have done. Like, scooped it up with something. Like,
the chickens probably would have gotten it.
Yeah, that would have been terrible.
The chickens will eat anything. I'd throw any bug to them.
People were like, put it back up in the nest. But the nest was like...
top of an oak tree.
30 feet in a tree.
Probably higher.
Probably higher than that. Yeah, we were like, we can't get up to the nest.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not scaling a tree.
No.
To put a blue jay back, and it was pretty small. Like it was nowhere near flight ready.
Yeah.
So tough break all around on that deal. But not really much we could have done. The blue jay is gone.
I know.
Maybe we'll see it. We have a lot of blue jays in the yard. My ankle is healing. Hadn't really given an update on that. Mm-hmm. My
still
scooter crash.
It's still a little swollen.
It's still very swollen.
Yeah, but just not hurting as much.
It's extremely swollen still.
I mean, this whole week you put this thing up lifting heavy things, so that probably wasn't great for your ankle.
It still hurts when I bend it like this, kind of like roll it inward. Mm-hmm. But if I was a doctor, I would probably tell myself, hey, don't do that. If it hurts when you do this, don't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have probably walked a lot of steps since I've heard it still. But we haven't even done a podcast since I've been back from Indy. Oh man, I wrecked all my cars basically.
Yeah, you had quite the Indy adventure.
It was wild. Me and Sketchyvert went up there. We wrecked the 240. We wheelied the Camaro. We basically
Yeah, where do you want to start?
It was a pretty rough trip for all of us because like Boosted Boys blew up the MR2. I
carnage.
freaking crashed my 240, totaled it, as everyone keeps saying. I had a lot of people mad at me on the interwebs. They
That
were
you
like,
just crashed that thing?
how could you just crash it?
I feel like every person that does a burnout crashes their car at some point. Like, it's just part of the fun and the rowdiness of it.
The 240 is like, it's supposed to be more sacred than that. You can't just crash a pristine 240.
I feel like you could say that about any car. What if I wanted to go out there in my 2023 Trailblazer and crash it?
I don't think anybody would blink. I think people would be like,
It's different.
They're still making those. They don't make any more 240s.
That's
they're
why.
dwindling down.
Oh, I didn't know that they don't make those anymore.
It's a 1989.
Okay, but what year's your Camaro and they still make them?
Yeah, but they don't make 4th gen Camaros anymore.
So do they make newer 240s?
No.
Oh, so they are very more sacred.
Yeah,
Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
I don't think they're sacred. It's just a piece of metal from Japan that's poorly made. Like, I don't find anything sacred about
Like,
it.
it would be like if they didn't make like Camaros at all anymore.
They are done now. They're finished.
Camaros?
They're discontinuing the Camaro.
Really?
Chevy has made the last 2 generations of Camaro have been so bad that Chevy decided to just stop.
They're just done.
They're like, guys, we had 2 shots at it again. They made the 4th gen Camaro, and then in 2002 they stopped making it, and then in 2009 they started making the 5th gen Camaro. So there was a pretty big gap.
Yeah.
It was something around those years. And then the 5th gen and the 6th gen were just so much worse than the 4th gen. Not even comparable.
Just didn't even
that they just tossed the towel
stopped
in.
it.
At some point, you have to cut your losses and realize.
And stop trying.
Yes. And realize that the government bailout that was given to them was poorly decided and GM should have failed.
Okay. Well, back on in the Indy 800 where you go on a freaking tangent.
I'm there.
So, because you're talking about the 240.
Yep.
I think you did a great burnout.
It was a really good burnout till I
wish
hit.
you popped the tires, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't think I was going to pop the tires. Once I had to put those Steelies on there with some grippy
That's what you were saying.
Nittos, I was like, I ain't popping these things.
The tip-in, though, was so good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It was
awesome.
a great tip-in. And then all of a sudden I hit this patch of coolant that was put down by my friend Michael Vargas.
Before you.
That was put down right before me, and then the car hit the wall. So roundabout way, it was all Mike's fault.
Yeah. Just to sum the story up.
It wasn't actually coolant though. It was
You crashed because of Mike.
it was fire extinguisher liquid.
Yeah, because he caught on fire pretty good.
Yes, he melted his ECU and stuff. So it was fire extinguisher liquid that I hit. That was basically Mike's.
Yes.
So all
just
around,
blame it on Mike.
Mike's fault. 100%. I mean, who else would you blame this on? But then I lost to KSR in round 1 in the Camaro on my first and only hit that I made in Indy.
Yeah.
Which, unfortunately, it's not exactly what I wanted to do was wheelie. But I knew I didn't want to turn it down because I didn't want to lose.
Yeah.
And not wheelie.
I think that's if you're going to lose, at least you lost in a cool way, doing something cool.
The people liked it. The fans.
It was a very big wheelie.
The people in the stands were pumped to see it.
Yeah.
KSR also did blow up his car racing me, I think. He kicked the head gaskets out of it. He had to really turn her up. I had him shaking.
Can I tell them what you told me about the race and then we looked back on the video?
Sure.
Cooper was like, he was like, but I was right on him.
I wheelied and had to get back into it.
He was like, I wheelied and got back into him, and then I was right on him. It was close. And then we were looking back on the video, and Kevin was just way out on you. It's in Cooper's head, he thought he was right on him, but in reality, Kevin was 5 cars out on you.
This is why I don't put in-car cameras.
So funny, I was dying. I was like, in what world are you close to him?
But in the end, also, KSR came in first place. He won the whole deal.
And that's your favorite thing, when you lose to the winner.
It's always nice to lose to the guy that won because, in theory, I came in second place. If you don't understand how competition works. I came in second.
Okay, but then so everyone who lost to Kevin got second?
No, not James.
Only you.
Only me. Yeah, not James. He doesn't count.
Yeah.
Just me. And then, yeah, so I came in second because I was the first loser.
Because you were the first one.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, if you don't understand how competition works, it makes complete sense. If you've ever actually competed in anything, it doesn't make any sense.
That's too funny. So if you're the first loser, you're second. If you're the second loser, you're third.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't dug that deep yet. I'd have to lay it out on a pen and paper and really try to figure that out.
Tree it out.
I need the math.
Need like a tree graph.
Yeah. Also, do you guys like my hexagon theme I've gone with in here? It's a full hexagon theme.
Going on that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to make my profile photo a hexagon in the circle as well. Really lean into it.
Wait, make the circle into a hexagon? How do you do that?
Well, you'd have to just like...
Oh, like...
in the circle.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, just to be like
But then it's going to make
extra.
your face so small and you're like not going to be able to
I want
see it.
people to think there's like a conspiracy behind it. Like I want to use it so much to people like it doesn't mean something.
What is the hexagons?
Yeah.
Are these hexagons? Are we sure?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that hexagon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Octagon is 8.
Yeah.
Hexagon is 6.
Also, I wasn't at Indy because I'm just like going through some things. So if anyone was curious, because there's probably some speculation on that. So I'll just leave that there.
Yeah, I was curious because I had to share a bed with Sketchyvert.
Yeah.
And that was way inconvenient compared to sharing a bed with you normally. But it was me, Mike, and Sketchy in the
You sure you didn't like sharing a bed with Sketchy more?
We were in the worst hotel ever. I thought I was sleeping on just like a sponge. Like a dirty old sponge.
Okay, but that is so not like shocking to me because whenever well, granted you didn't pick the hotel, you said, but like you guys are just idiots.
I mean that's for sure.
Yeah, like when I'm traveling with Coop, I'm like I find the hotel. I do not let him book hotels anymore. Did we ever tell that story?
Yeah, I'm not allowed to book the hotels anymore, but I have to tell you the story about me and Mike though because this was a debate at the Applebee's. So we get to Applebee's and he's like, "Man, like that hotel was terrible. Like I ended up using a damp towel." And I was like,
Ew, you're kidding.
I was like,
or
well,
was it yours?
I was like, well, what had happened was there was only 2 towels in the room and I was the second person to shower, so I had used the last towel. Mm-hmm. So I folded it back up after using it because I didn't want him to like not have a towel. But I also...
Why didn't you just get more?
It was pretty late at that point.
Hotels have service 24/7.
I didn't want to walk all the way to get a towel.
You call and they bring towels.
No, there was no shot that was happening. Not at this hotel.
You literally call and they bring towels to the room.
He was like, yeah, I used a damp towel. I was like, no, like I folded it back so you could use it. He was like, why didn't you tell me? I was like, well, because then you weren't going to use it because you knew it was used. So I didn't want to tell
gross too. You like wipe your ass and then Mike used
I didn't wipe my ass with it, but like I was conscious when I kind of just like dried myself a little bit and then like put it back up like it had been just put there.
You went to bed with a wet ass. That's weird.
No, I think it was I don't know if it was right before we went to dinner. Like we showered and then we went to Applebee's for the worst meal of my life. Like it was like a quick like terrible hotel,
terrible food,
and then like terrible shower, all in one, and then slept like with Sketchyvert.
And slept terribly as well. That sounds like a terrible night.
Bad deal. I actually owe Mike money for the hotel still. I'm still holding it over his head.
Oh God. I'll have to send it to Mallory, his wife.
After I used the towels.
Yeah, you gave the poor man who paid for the hotel a damn towel.
But do you think it was better just not knowing and just going into it? Like,
no, you should have said there's only 2 towels. You should have folded it up. You should not have folded it up. You should have said there's 2 towels. I didn't use mine.
He didn't react well to it.
Like I would have been like, there's 2 towels in there. I tried to use mine damply, so it's not that bad. So You're gonna have to use that one or call for more towels.
See, I didn't want to call for more towels. I didn't want to walk down to get more towels because I was already limping around.
You don't have to walk. That's not how a hotel works, Cooper.
Pronto, this was not.
Was there a phone in there?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. There might not have been.
Okay, well then Mike could have gone and gotten his own towel.
That doesn't sound good either.
Sounds better than using a damp one.
And then the next night he was like, oh man, like the sheet had like a really bad stain in it, like right over my face. I hope they changed it. I was like, dude, they did not come in and change the sheets while we were gone at the track. Like zero chance.
Oh
also, don't sleep with a sheet over your head.
Sheet over?
Yeah, he sleeps like full covered face. So he's breathing through this dirty ass. Like it had a stain right by his face, and he's breathing through this dirty sheet.
Gross. I've gotten really like weird with hotels now. Like even just like the bedding and the whatnot. Like I almost feel like I'm not this extra, but like it would be nice to bring your own stuff, just to like have your own sheets and whatnot, because sometimes it just feels like gross.
Well,
like
Sketchy taught me how to
check for bed bugs.
Check for bed bugs because he was an exterminator. So he gave the quick check, which honestly, it was a booked hotel, and I don't know what we were going to do at that point.
Was there bed bugs?
No.
Okay.
But if there was, I don't know what we were going to do.
How do you check for bed bugs?
You have to like lift up the corners and like look, and he was like telling me what about bed bug sheets and stuff. They put like special bed bug liners on there, all kinds of crazy things. But there was a bunch of other Cleetus and Cars participants there hotel as well at the hotel, so we're not the only ones that make poor decisions.
Yeah. I'll never forget the hotel I booked when we were in Houston was probably the best hotel we've ever stayed at. It was so nice. See, that's loud.
Yeah, that was loud. I threw a water bottle, but water bottles are fairly loud, especially these tiny little ones.
Did you talk about these new mics?
Yeah, so I did not. These mics are the Shure SM7Bs, and they were supplied by my good friend Cheyenne. He came on and he saw some of the equipment that we had working with. He sent me some headphones. He sent me some better microphones, like a bunch of microphones. I have 2 other ones that he sent me. Yeah. Another arm that he sent me. All kinds of cool stuff.
Just really
wires, all kinds of interesting things. And he does that for most people. So when 1320 Video went to visit him, he bought them microphones because they didn't use good audio equipment.
Yeah, he says he's really the best.
The same thing happened when Side by Side Blog visited him. He got them better equipment.
Like, that is just so nice. That's like a good friend.
He's a good guy.
Someone did something like that for you once. Something else, too, that I was like, wow, he's a good friend. I don't remember.
Oh, Jim. Jim sent me a button.
Oh, yes, yeah. I mean, like, buying something for a friend, like, of course, it's not just about, like, buying something. It's more so the thought of, like, I wouldn't care if it was like, oh, I picked this thing for you because I thought he would like it. Like, I got it in the junkyard and thought you'd like it. Like, it's still the thought that counts. And yeah, when Jim did that,
junkyards are pretty great. I would happily accept a birthday gift from a junkyard.
Yeah, but when Jim bought the button for you too, I was like, that was so nice.
I check our local junkyards pretty frequently for Camaro parts.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for a new bumper, doors, headlights, taillights, anything I can come across at the junkyard, I'll go get. This time of year is a bad time to go to the junkyard because they're muddy. They get rough.
They post like photos on like the junkyard website of what they have there. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I didn't know that. I thought you had to go there. And then they post like when
they get there, like what time, like what date they got there, so you can know like if they just got there, you better get down there.
Or it's been sitting for a while, like then it probably doesn't have things on it anymore or something.
And Brent was telling me, he was like, oh, every time I go to the junkyard, I always fill my pockets with fuses and relays. Like, the little like... Just like the small stuff.
Yeah.
But he's also a big junkyard guy too.
Yeah.
Just like me. And on our way to Indy, I probably wouldn't have happened if you were there, but because you weren't there, we got to stop at a Waffle House. And shout out to the good people at Waffle House. They know how to put together a meal.
don't know why. Yeah, Cooper said that to me. He's like, you probably would have wanted to go. I'm like, why not? Like, I've never been to a Waffle House. I've just heard it's like it's like the place to go, like 2 a.m. and it's.
Let's go after this podcast. It's like 6 o'clock on a Sunday. Let's go get.
Where is there even one near us?
Yeah, there's one on 64.
All right, maybe we'll hit up Waffle House.
Oh, man, they are 24/7 and their waffles.
Slap.
Top tier.
I do like a good chocolate chip waffle.
Tier. Well, you can also get some bacon.
Oh yeah, guys, I started eating meat again.
7 years she hasn't eaten meat. Mm-hmm. 7 years, and she finally ate some meat and started with potentially the worst start. But
what?
You ate salmon.
Oh, I did. I forgot I started with that.
Yeah, salmon's like bleh.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it, but I think I liked the turkey and chicken more. But basically, it's so hard to get enough protein being a vegetarian. Like, I just constantly felt tired and weak, and I started like doing more research just about like living a healthy lifestyle. And one of the things was like getting, I think it's like a 3% of your body weight in protein or something like that. I don't know. But basically, it was like I should be getting around 40 to 50 grams of protein in. And so I started calculating everything, and there would literally be days where I was having like 15 grams of protein. Like that is...
It was pretty scary.
So yeah, like that's really bad. So, I mean, otherwise, like I ate good. Otherwise, it was just the protein thing. So I was like, I just need to start eating meat again, because you can literally get 15 grams of protein from like a piece of chicken, which is equivalent to what I would get in a whole day. So, well,
that and like we would travel, and like the choices at like tracks or at like I don't want to say like gas stations, but like
no, but yeah, like we would go
convenience store gas stations. Like even like Wawa has very little like choices for vegetarian. Like, and I'm not saying like, oh, you better have more choices for vegetarian. No, have none. I don't care.
A lot of restaurants
have meat only.
A lot of restaurants do have meat options. Vegetarian options.
No, a lot of restaurants do, but like, you know, like I'm not like saying like they should, you know, but I'm honestly,
I'm still very in the beginning where like I don't think I'll eat meat from like Wawa yet. Like I'm being kind of like specific with where I eat my meat from and what I'm eating, and like cooking it at home most of the time, because it does freak me out a little bit eating it out. But we would go to like Bradenton. We'd stop at Wawa. I'd get like the only thing I would either like a cheese quesadilla, which that isn't great, and then I'd get like some chips, a drink, and some candy. Like, yeah, it's so bad. The only
you can get like a sandwich, but like then they still don't have like anything like.
But even that, I would get like a veggie sub, which was good, but that's no protein. Like I'd get a veggie sub, which is good to have vegetables and whatnot. That's like a better option than a cheese quesadilla. But then like I'd get that and fries, and then we'd be at the track. What could I get at Bradenton? I would always just get fries. Like at least now I could get like chicken tenders and fries from there, you know? Yeah. I'm not on red meat yet. I'm still only doing white meat.
I know, you're missing out. Red meat is top tier. Especially like if we went down to Texas Roadhouse right now and threw down on some meat. No. Or like the other day when we went there after the burnout contest, after I lost like everything at Cleetus and Cars, we went to Texas Roadhouse and everybody got steak, but I wasn't deserving, so I got chicken. I got the chicken fried, country fried chicken. Yeah. Fire. I was probably not even deserving of that. Mm-hmm. Probably should have gotten like a baked potato. Maybe bacon bits on it. If I was really deserving of it. But I'm a big advocate of after a race, you got to earn it. Yeah. And you don't earn steak.
Yeah, I think I'm far away from having steak. I think ground beef will maybe be like next. Really? Or I do want to try like some sausage for breakfast. But like that
texture of the steak is just so like magical. It feels like you're biting into a cow. No thanks. I mean, you are, but it feels like you're just like out in the field. Like
even yesterday we got Chick-fil-A and I had Cooper get me both the nuggets, like the grilled and the regular like breaded ones.
It was a sampler platter.
Tried the grilled ones. Blech. Nope. It was too like chickeny, like the texture and everything. Like the breaded ones at least were like little more dry and like had the
That's
coating
the
on
Lord's
it.
chicken. You better put a little more respect on it.
I know. No, I liked the breaded ones, and I ate almost all of them. So
That is the Lord's chicken.
I'm doing pretty good on that. So that's the journey I'm on right now.
Yep.
I don't know
Back
how
to
we got
being
into
a
that.
meat eater.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to make it more convenient, especially because, like, if you're really full swing back into it, you get some beef jerky on the road, get some brisket from Buc-ee's.
I know. Even when we go to Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's has no options.
No options.
Even the tater tots,
Wait,
I think, have meat in them.
What would I... What?
The tater tots even have some meat in there.
Cooked in like meat oil or something.
Oh, man. Buc-ee's has some fire meat.
Wait, what would I get like on the screen from there?
A grilled cheese and
Oh,
fries.
yeah. Grilled cheese and fries. Like,
Yeah,
it's
talk
so
about
bad.
your balanced diet.
So bad.
She's always eating eggs, though.
Yeah, so that's good protein, and then I'd have like a protein shake, which
Mm-hmm.
I'm still doing, eggs and like a protein shake, and then I do actually when we go to the grocery store, I should write that down to get some sausage because that
Ooh,
sounds really good.
Sausage. Breakfast sausage is good, too.
That's what I mean. That's what
Yeah.
I want. Breakfast sausage.
Okay, some breakfast. I didn't know if you
Yeah.
meant like some summer sausage.
No, like a little sausage
Like
patty.
a full sausage link.
No, I want like the little patties.
Turkey bacon's good for breakfast too. It's
Yeah.
easy. I like regular bacon, but it's like a huge ordeal in the morning when
Yeah.
you make it. Turkey
Yeah.
bacon's like a quick, easy one.
Yeah.
But eggs, the Gordon Ramsay way I've been eating a lot.
Cooper has this fancy way that he's cooking his egg. Wait, you didn't talk about the Indy 800 at all.
I was in the Indy 800.
You didn't know because he was in the back.
The camera wasn't really on me much. The first quarter of a lap, I was in the top 5. And I started number 1. And I very quickly, I mean, obviously it's no secret that those guys are
Yeah.
well-seasoned
Way
drivers
more
out there.
experience for sure.
And
I'll give
I'm
you
not
that.
going to be the guy that's blaming the car.
Yeah.
Zach, I know you screwed up my car. I'm not going to be that guy.
I'm gonna be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy.
No. If you say you're not going to be that guy, you just you wipe the slate clean.
Yeah.
It's like saying no offense and then tell somebody something extremely offensive.
Yeah.
It's like no offense, but like your car is slow.
God.
So Indy 800, we did that. We got some good seat time. I believe I will be at the Bristol 1000. Is that what it's
Bristol
called?
500,
Bristol.
I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Or
I'll be in
Bristol
Bristol.
100? Or 500?
I think it's at Bristol 1000. I'll be at Bristol in a Crown Vic again, I believe, if Garrett will have the back of the pack back to the pack.
We'll have to verify.
But I didn't come in last because I
think you
finished.
did.
No, because I finished. So
But-
technically, if you crash your car into
Okay.
a wall,
So-
aka Matt Demolition Ranch,
So
you lose.
So the first person to crash is like last, you're saying?
Yeah, technically, DNF did not finish.
Okay.
If you can't do all the laps, you can't be
Yeah.
ahead of me. You know what I mean?
You're so logic with your answer.
But it's just true. I mean, like if it was a point series, like I would get more points than the
Okay.
guy that lost.
Yes. Yeah, but you were last.
I was
in-
back at the pack. On like if you just look at a photo, you're like that guy's last.
Yeah.
But if you look at a piece of paper,
Right. That's true. Okay. All the other people who were out, you were ahead
yeah,
of them. Yeah.
people like George that did not finish, people like Matt that crashed.
You're gonna list all them to make yourself sound better. I just threw you under the bus. He doesn't even know what to say.
I was trying to think of who else didn't finish. I know a few more didn't.
That's too funny.
Not happy about your attack here.
Sorry.
But yes, I did compete and I did drive the full circle.
And I will give it to you. You haven't done that in a while. It was a new track.
I haven't done any real door-to-door racing in a long time.
that's like that track is way bigger than the Freedom Factory, right?
And it has no bank, which makes it weird.
No bank.
Yeah, it doesn't bank like the Freedom Factory.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
kind of
yeah,
just
so just
flat.
very different. Oh, but it's the same like size.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know
thought it-
offhand. I think it's a
Okay,
little
well-
longer.
Well, anyways, it's a different track you've never been on that you were racing in. You haven't done it in a while, so like, you just need some more seat time. And you'll get there.
Yeah. Definitely need some more seat time. I have a car that's still pretty good, but I feel like, I don't know, maybe it just needs to be tested a little more.
Yeah.
I would like to see it do some laps because they test them all, and I would just like to see that one tested a little bit. Gearing is different in the back of all of them. Like, some of them have different gearing and stuff, but whatever.
You finished. You didn't crash out.
Didn't crash. I didn't ruin anybody else's time, which is nice. Like, I'm not, like, responsible for, like, 14 car pile up or something crazy. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Oh, Cooper goes out there and lap 2 rolls 2 cars and
you don't want to be
2 people airlifted out.
Yeah.
I didn't do any of that.
Yeah. You drove reserved.
Yes. I kind of just was the classic tortoise and the hare.
Yeah.
But in the end, the tortoise won in that story.
Oh, God. You did not win this story.
I did not win.
Tortoise did not win in this.
But Kevin at KSR has won quite a few.
Yeah.
He won.
That's what you said your game plan was. You're like, I'm going to try to follow Kevin.
Well, I was trying to follow anybody who had a good line.
Yeah.
And I got stuck following Matt for a while. I got stuck following Garrett for a while.
Yeah.
Which I consider, I was just cloud chasing, following them. If you follow somebody with over 2 million subs, it's just cloud chasing.
Yeah. Facts.
Exactly. So that was cool because they could both be in my thumbnail.
Yeah.
So that helped. Then Matt crashed right in front of me.
Yeah.
There was just another thing, like there wasn't that many cautions in that race. So it was weird. Like everybody's like, there wasn't that much cautions. Like people just kind of drove. Like normally there's like a lot of mix-ups in where everybody's at because there's crashes, there's cautions, people in the front spin out. But
that's
like,
probably better that there's less cautions, right?
well, it helps people like me that suck at driving when like people in the front crash and spin out.
Well,
you're like watching in the front guys and you're like, dang, are they going to mess up? It'd be cool if they spun out.
Yeah, but you can't bank on them messing up and getting a caution to get yourself up.
No, I'm not banking on it, but it'd be nice. Throw me a bone here. You know, like let me get a help me out. Like,
yeah, no.
Come on, lose a transmission. I was like, I smelled some trans fluid. I was like, oh man,
we gotta clean up the track.
It was Seuss, Seuss's trans Lego, and I think George's trans Lego too. And I was like, oh cool, like throw me a bone here. It's
gotta
nice.
inch your way up, most people.
Yeah, exactly. You're watching people leave, and you're just like one position higher. And then Garrett spun out right in front of me.
You stayed in the back the whole time.
Well, I don't like when people are behind me either because it makes me like uncomfortable.
Why?
I don't know. It's like
that should be a good feeling. You're like out in.
No, but like when people are, whenever somebody's behind me, I'm like they're just gonna like pit maneuver me or something. That's what I'm always like. My brain is like.
That's what you had to do. You had to do some pit maneuvering, and you didn't do much.
Well, that's not really the proper way to drive.
Well, try and get around people, right?
Well, yeah, you try to get around people, but that doesn't mean you crash.
Is a pit maneuver crashing?
That's when you like hit the back tire and like spin somebody out.
Oh, I didn't know that was a pit maneuver. I thought you just meant like.
And that's what I always imagine somebody's gonna do when they're behind me. Like you come around the turn and somebody
I feel like these races have gotten more like legit where people don't do that anymore.
I don't know. I haven't been to one.
You don't do that in like NASCAR, like
sometimes.
Yeah, but then wouldn't everyone be spinning each other out?
Well, you're not supposed to because you lose points.
Yeah.
Like you could get like fined for stuff like that. That's what I mean.
Like you're not supposed to do that, and I feel like it's now more legit where it's.
But if there's nothing stopping somebody from doing it, like there's no negative repercussion. Like in NASCAR, there's a negative repercussion for doing it, so people don't do it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll do a lot better. They said Bristol's cool because you're wide open throttle the entire time. Like that, you're like hitting the brakes, you're slowing down. That Bristol, you're just on the gas.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, just
on the gas.
On the gas and eating ass. Bristol. So I better get the burnout car ready. Nate sent me the tune so I can start it again.
Oh, cool.
Because, yeah, that's a bad deal. Nate is going to be coming on probably next week.
Oh, nice.
So
cool.
Get him on here talking about his new business and whatnot.
Yeah. Have you talked about your shirts at all?
I did talk about the shirts.
Them quick.
Yeah. So new shirts on the website, CooperBogetti.com. Plant more trees. It is a pre-order. The shirts have been ordered. I'm just waiting on all the confirmation on when they'll be in, and then they will all be out to people. Some people already got theirs after Indy, but I didn't have as many coming back as I imagined I would, which is good and bad. Good for me because I made some money. Bad for the people that ordered. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Thank you. And sorry. Yeah, it is a pre-order.
Yeah.
And they are coming. They will be here. They're green. They're awesome. I designed it myself in Photoshop. Mm-hmm. Like a really cool shirt. A 2-year-old with Photoshop out here using been really getting crafty on my thumbnail and Photoshop skills here.
Yeah. Well, and then really quickly, and then you also have the red Bogetti racing one, and then the new 3 Liters of Fury with black and gold.
Yeah, black shirt, really gold. Cool. It's cool that we have 2 shirts that aren't black because I wear a lot of black shirts. Mm-hmm. I sell a lot of black shirts. I've always owned a lot of black shirts. It's cool to kind of mix it up a little bit here.
So go check those out.
Yep.
If you want to help support the podcast.
Exactly. The other night, I didn't even tell you this. So, like, if I were to ask you, how do you dispose of a car battery? I know you're like supposed to bring it to an auto shop, right? You've never heard me
say throw it in the ocean, right? Is that what people usually say?
That's the correct answer.
No, that's not what you actually do.
Well, if you Google it, it's a safe and legal drill.
Is it really?
That's what Google has always said. It's throwing car batteries in the ocean is a safe and legal thrill. It charges the electric eels.
Is this a conspiracy theory or are you being serious?
It's like a joke that Google did on accident. Like they accidentally, I don't know how it happened, but like now it's like this whole thing of like car batteries get thrown in the ocean. Okay. And I have like a pile of car batteries over there in my shop. I had this dream the other night of me loading them into my truck and being at the ocean and throwing them into the ocean. I legitimately had like a vivid dream of like, because I have like it's like a, 4x4 like square pile of car batteries because I always forget to return them.
Yeah.
And I had this like vivid dream of me throwing them into it's a good workout. It's a safe and legal thrill and it charges the electric eels.
Oh my God.
Plus, you don't want the AutoZone guys to have it.
Your mind was probably thinking about like, oh shoot, I have to do something with them. And that's why you had that dream.
I woke up like foaming at the mouth, of the excitement of throwing a used car battery into the ocean.
Oh my God.
Just imagine
do people actually do that though?
Probably.
That sounds so bad for the ocean.
They do that with tires too. They throw tires into the ocean.
Bad.
So there was a big problem where they used to throw like all the used tires into the ocean, and then they started to roll away. So like they'd be on the ocean floor and then they'd start rolling, and they would just roll and roll and roll and roll. On the ocean floor? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because like a current would take them or something, and they would like mess up reefs and stuff.
Yeah, it's really bad. And then throwing batteries, like it's leaking like battery.
This is battery acid.
Battery. Oh, this is battery acid. Like, sounds terrible for the ocean. That sounds worse than straws.
Or this, you let the AutoZone guy have it.
And what do they do with that?
I don't know. Throw it in the ocean.
Just let the AutoZone guy do the bad thing.
You're going to let him have the safe and legal thrill? I want the thrill.
Oh my God.
It's a great workout.
Now I actually want to know how they dispose of the battery.
I'm telling you.
And throw them in
they
the ocean.
send them. Send them out of the U.S. and then other countries throw them into the ocean. Oh so you're just handing the thrill off to the next guy.
This is too much.
And then building a burnout car. It's been on my mind a lot lately. I have the 240, but it doesn't have enough pizzazz. Yeah. It needs some razzle dazzle. It needs a little excitement.
I mean, I think for razzle dazzle, like a rotary. Mike's burnouts, like every time, are wild.
Mike has never won a burnout.
Are you sure?
No, that's not verified.
Yeah, like he always it's.
I won't give it to Mike.
It's loud and rowdy and like it's rowdy, you know.
It's good. It's good for sure. I just think that you need like a big block or like something that really. Like if somebody's near you, they have to cover their ears, hide their children, maybe get out of the vicinity of you want people to have to get up their seat and leave when your burnout's going because it's so loud and annoying.
You should.
Like, you want people in planes flying overhead to be concerned.
What car would you use? What chassis would you use?
I don't know. I would use something like wild. Like, I would want something like super interesting. Like when I was on, like, I'm a Facebook Marketplace hunter.
Yeah.
And when I found the Mystery Machine, I was like, oh, that's a cool one.
Yeah.
And then I sent it to Garrett, and then we ended up building the Mystery Machine. But like, that was like a cool one. And I'm a big movie
you want
guy.
Something funky
Love
like
movie
that
stuff. But then you get into copyright stuff, and you may get a cease and desist and all those kind of fun things.
But something very unique like that you would want.
Yeah. An Ecto 1 would be like top tier. That's the Ghostbusters car. I can't do it. I have no tone.
You'll have to show me
tone
after.
deaf.
I don't know what it is.
But it's like a big wagon with like all kinds of Ghostbuster stuff on it, and like on the roof it had like all kinds of like crazy Ghostbuster looking stuff. And then
you'd actually want it to be Ghostbuster themed?
Yeah, I'd want it to look like I would want it to look like I'm like actually going out. I'd wear the outfit and have like the thing, and all me and Garza would step out and I have to cross the streams.
Who are you gonna call?
Exactly. You can go out with the theme song.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And then you could definitely get a letter in the mail. And I think they're about to come out with a new Ghostbusters, so it's great time to strike.
Strike them all top.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, what movie cars are even recognizable? There's not really that many. Like, the most recognizable vehicle ever is probably the Mystery Machine.
Yeah.
Or Back to the Future. A DeLorean.
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
There's not that many recognizable vehicles.
So maybe Ghostbusters is the one? You'll have to show me after, because I can't picture it at all.
Like, something where it's, like, kind of funny, but also pretty cool. Or like some kind of like...
Do you think that's like your next move, is to build a burnout car?
I don't know.
Like...
It would be cool, like take the stuff that's in the 240 maybe. Like some of the motor and trans and stuff. Or just put a different trans in the 240. Like that can do a better burnout.
Yeah.
Put a power glide in there. I don't know. Because that's half of it is like the cool car.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like you should take the stuff out of the 240, put it in something new that's like cooler, different, more of a burnout car. I mean, because you got the 240 as a drift car.
Yeah, and I got it for so cheap that it really doesn't even matter.
So sell the chassis, put everything in something new, and then...
I may just destroy the chassis. Like, take everything...
People really mad?
Like, take everything out and then go to, like, one of those, like, crushing machines at a dump and watch them just, like, crush it.
No.
And maybe, like, throw some, like, rare Pokemon cards in there, too, just for, like, the sake of it.
Just really... what's
I just assume the same person...
Who does that? Danny Duncan, right? Or
Whistling
no,
Diesel does that too. But I just assume the same person that would cry about a 240 being crashed would also cry about like a Charizard being wrecked. Yeah. That's the same type of energy I get. Really just like shoot them all down at once. Exactly. That would be a fun one. I don't know. And then my other thought was like a CTS, like a base model CTS wagon. Mm-hmm. Make it look like a V. Because you can buy them fairly cheap. That could be cool, too. Like a fake CTSV, because then that would really be wild to hit a wall with. Yeah, something I know. It's like too nice. So the goal isn't to hit walls, obviously. No, but like it's bound to happen. If you're trying to really send it, you are going to be either close to the wall, touching the wall, or hitting the wall. Yeah, totally. I mean, I watched like 5 people in Indy that should not hit walls. Hit a wall. Yeah. I mean, Garrett legitimately went right into the wall. I also think you have to get in something where you're not like worried about that. Yeah. So you could really send it. And like if it hits stuff, like it's easy to fix. And like, you know, like something that's kind of like a piece of junk that you build as like a burnout car, you know? How many cars do I own that don't fit that description? Well, that's true. I don't know. It's kind of my MO. Yeah. 90s junk. Yeah, that's true. Welcome to my 90s junkyard. That's what you should do. Oh, never mind. I won't give it away. The video that's coming out on a different channel. Oh, wow. Exclusive. Sorry. This is a Bogetti Studios exclusive. You can give it away now. We're like 50 minutes in. Well, the 1320 video garage thing. Oh, yeah, you can give that away. I think they know about that. Oh. Yeah, because Fred and Whitty were on, and I think we talked about it. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know if that like was. Let me mention something about that. I was gonna say you should have introduced it
Welcome to my 90s junkyard.
Welcome to my 90s
You probably said
collection of
something
junk.
like that.
I'm sure I made a joke at some point. I'm sure they had to cut out so many unfunny jokes that I tried to make land.
I say that to Cooper a lot. I'm like, sometimes you can't, like, Cooper will sometimes be talking and every sentence has to be a joke. I'm like, can you please just be serious for once? It annoys me sometimes.
Yeah, I think I opened my vows with a joke.
No, I don't think you did.
I think I opened up my vows. You were crying, and I opened up my vows, and I was like, after you had read yours, and I was like, I took a very different approach because mine were completely different. Like the way that they were laid out was very different. I had like a list. Like it was like a.
Oh my god! What were you
like butter, milk, eggs. I was talking about the 1320 deal. So 1320 came down here. They filmed my car collection. Mm-hmm. I took Fred for a ride in all of my favorite vehicles. They did a big burnout, all this cool stuff. And then a couple weeks later, they come down and they film my enemy, Cleetus McFarlane's garage. Mm-hmm. And you know what they do? They expedite the editing. They bumped it up in front of me and other people to get his out first.
Hey, he's a cool guy.
They bumped me.
He's cooler than you.
I don't even have a date. I don't even know if mine's ever going to be edited.
It's never going to come out.
They may have filmed his and just deleted mine after. They're like, well,
Cooper won't even compare. We're
no need. Covered all our bases here. So, yeah.
No, you literally said that. You were like, they because of like.
No, I told them they should.
Yeah, no.
I told them they should. I was like, I'm not going to be offended at all, nor do I think you guys shouldn't do that because in a week, the whole thing could be changed.
Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah. Like, Garrett's stuff is so quick and like new stuff that it'll all be changed.
I just had Garrett and JH and Garza on like 2 episodes ago. If you guys haven't watched that one, it's pretty comical.
Yeah,
we had a good time.
One.
The group ones need to happen more. And also Garrett did say he wants to come on again. I don't know if he said wants to. I may have put that word in his mouth. He said he will come on.
You're going to have to drag him by his feet, but
he was asking me to come on.
Oh my God, that's funny.
But what else were we talking about? Oh, Nintendo 64. I want to put a freaking Nintendo 64 in here so I can beat people in Rainbow Road, Super Smash Brothers.
You're going to podcast and play
Maybe
Nintendo?
We can close it off with a game. You know? Oh, we're going to close this off with a quick game and we can keep talking while we're doing it.
Yeah.
And then the real shit talking will come out. Like you can really tell somebody how you feel.
Yeah.
Like, your mother's a hoe. And then you freaking Kirby stomp them down off the map.
Oh my God.
Something along those lines.
How long have you been going for?
Like 50 minutes. I wanted to end this off, though, with my pet peeve lately.
Okay. Let's hear it.
I'll go to order food off of a menu. You know, you order like a special and it's like, it's this sandwich with this, and this. It happens when you go on a touchscreen. It happens when you're ordering in person. And then you click, I want this sandwich. I will have this sandwich right here as it's laid out. You told me all the toppings.
For example,
agreed.
We went to Publix the other day and they have the things on the menu. And Cooper was like, can I please have the turkey BLT sandwich?
Yeah. Give it to me.
List all the things under it.
Yep.
And he said, I want that sandwich.
Yeah. Okay, that should be the end of our back and forth. I didn't say, oh, no, honey mustard, I'd rather this. I didn't do any of those whiny things that people do when they order. I didn't do any of that frustrating thing when you order a menu item and you change the menu item. I didn't do that.
Okay, I do
Unless
that,
you have an allergy or you can't eat meat or you don't eat meat, then that's understandable. But if you order a menu item, you should take the menu item.
Okay, but can you get to the point?
I'll get to the point.
He hates when people ask like.
Well, let me.
Because I have a lot about this too. So keep going.
So then, you know, she starts to make the sandwich in this example, and every item she asks me, "Oh, do you want this?" And I have to look at the menu. I'm like, "Yeah." And then the next thing, "Do you want this cheese?" And I look back up at the menu and I'm like, "Yeah, that's the one that it comes with, right?" And then she goes to the next one. "Oh, do you want this sauce?" I'm like, look at the menu again. "Is that the sauce it comes with?" "Oh, yeah. Well, then why would I want anything else? I ordered the sandwich. Just give me the sandwich. Like, I should be able to order and walk away.
Yeah, no, you're right. I understand that. What I would say is, well, first off, like, you're saying don't be one of those people that, like, edits it. Like, no. Like, if I was ordering
Build your own.
If I was ordering that sandwich and it had olives on it and I don't like olives, I could say, can I please have the turkey BLT with no olives? That's it. Or one thing I think is acceptable for them to do, if you were like, oh, can I have the turkey BLT sandwich? If they're like, do you want everything on it? And if you're like, yes.
Like, just the way it comes.
Yeah, like, they can ask that. Like, oh, do you want it just how it is? Yeah. Do you want everything on it? Yes. And then
as appears on our menu?
And then that should be, you want everything on it, and that's it. Then they shouldn't ask you again.
And I shouldn't have to say, like, I want it the way that it's shown. Yeah. I want it exactly as you showed it. As the person that made the menu item made it, I want it that way.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I feel like as a precaution, I'll be like, oh, can I have that? Like, and I'll have everything on it. You know, and because, like, almost knowing that you're right, you shouldn't have to say that. But sometimes I just say it out of, like, precaution. But it's definitely annoying when you're like, I want the turkey BLT, and they're like, oh, you want Parmesan cheese on it?
You want turkey on it?
And it's like, yes, it has it on it.
You want turkey on the turkey BLT?
It's like, I want everything on it, or I would have specifically said in the beginning, I don't want this on it.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's happening more and more lately. Like, I don't go to McDonald's and I'm like, oh, I want, the number one. Oh, do you want a bun?
Yeah.
Does it come with a bun? Yeah.
Yes.
I would like the bun.
Or even he gets annoyed when, like, Wawa, like, it's like they have certain... Yeah, like, the touchscreen will be like, okay, I'll have the turkey BLT, and it lists, like, oh, it has lettuce, tomato, onions, and then you click that.
Good.
And then the next thing is, like, pick all the items.
Yeah. And then, like, the next screen, like, I go, like, okay, cool, print. And then the next screen is like, do you want turkey, ham? I'm like, what? Why do we even do this song and dance here?
Yeah, like, it should have those. But that I do
maybe
understand.
2 options. Customize. I'll take it. I don't need to customize it.
Fair, yes. Because, some of the sandwiches they have that are, like, pre-made ones, there might be one that I want, but, like, oh, I don't want cheese on it.
Yeah, I'm not going to open the pre-made and pull the cheese off. Yes,
but that's what I mean. So they do kind of have to have some sort of, like, you can customize. Cooper's, like, scratching his head, getting all worked up.
It just frustrates me because it happens more and more lately. And I don't know if it's a thing of the current generation of people just, like, edit their entire thing. I do the same thing at a restaurant. If I order if I order what's on the menu, I want what's on the menu. I'm not going to subsidize anything. I'm not going to tell you,
but that's like,
don't do this or that. I'm not going to be like, oh, can you tell the chef to make it differently?
But some people do, like that. That is why I think
people
at restaurants they do say, like, oh, do you want everything on it? Or do you want it how it is, And then a lot of times, like, I mean, I'm the type of person, I'm like, oh, can I have no cheese on it, please?
The only question you should ask me
do you want it is how it is, good.
Or would you like that supersized? The answer is yes.
Okay,
will you be eating in your car? Yes, I will be eating in my truck. As you can tell by the other 3 meals that are on the dashboard from earlier. Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to end it off there, though.
That was a funny last topic.
Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want to watch us on YouTube, if you're listening on Spotify, rate us on iTunes, all those good things. Check out us on all the platforms there is. But that will do it. Thank you so much to my lovely teammate here, Brownty, for joining me.
Thanks for building a nice studio that we could be comfortable in now.
Yeah, it's getting a little warm now with the AC off, but
hot.
It is what it is. I mean, you're in a sweatshirt too.
Yeah.
I'm not too bad, but it's still probably 10 degrees cooler than right out than what it would have been.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, but I am super pumped with everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep it saucy. See you next time.